All right, here with Mr. Doug Baker, teacher of many things in the or in the social studies department. Kind of a Freudian slip there, I guess. We have he teaches psychology, AP psychology, and sociology. On this one, we're going to talk about psychology and AP psych. So, if you want to kind of talk about, I guess, each of those classes and maybe how they're similar and how they're different.
Yeah, so both classes are going to cover mostly the same content. We're going to talk about brain parts, neurotransmitters, neurons, social psych, development, cognition, the endocrine system, motivation, emotion, states of consciousness is always a popular one, sensation and perception. Obviously, we spend a decent amount of time on disorders because that's what people are interested in. The biggest difference is Psych is going to be 1 semester, AP is going to be 2. Psych is going to be more surface level, and then AP is going to really dig into each topic in more depth since we have twice as much time. So yeah, that's kind of what we cover in the classes.
Now, with the psychology class compared to AP Psych, is the first semester the same, and then the second semester in AP Psych, is that where you break off, or is it you just have more time, so the first semester goes out longer for AP Psych?
So it's kind of like the first 5 or 6 weeks end up being about the same. The foundation kind of has to be research methods and the history of the field. So they're about the same for like 6 weeks in content. The delivery is a little different. Regular Psych is going to have more projects. It's going to be more group or interactive work. AP is much more college style. So after that, AP moves pretty quick. Still a little slower than Psych because we cram Psych into 1 semester. But AP is going to have more lecture, more reading assignments with quizzes that go with those. And just kind of that college level difficulty, but also the college style format of the course to really reflect a college intro psychology course, which is what AP is meant to be.
Okay. Now, obviously, I'm a high school student. I think I have to take psychology before I take AP psychology. Am I correct in that line of thinking?
No, actually. You certainly can, though. So lots of students like to take regular Psych and kind of get an idea of what Psych is. Sorry, there's somebody at the door I had to wave off. Eager to learn. Regular Psych gives that idea of what the field is. AP kind of is if you're ready for that challenge. So what I normally tell people is if you're a junior and senior, it is a good first AP class if you believe you're ready. If you're a sophomore and you've got pretty much all A's, you're also ready. If you don't know if you're ready, then regular Psych is a great place to start, but there's no requirement to do regular Psych first. Classes that are helpful, if AP might be a first AP, or if AP Psych is a first AP class, anatomy, biology, child development, and etymology all really overlap at some level with the psychology classes. So AP Psych students have been more successful if they have experience in those areas, or if they've been successful in their grade level courses already.
Okay. Now, and then sophomores can take AP psychology, correct?
Yeah, pretty much every sophomore who has taken it has done very well. I think the AP exams, you score a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 3, 4, and 5 get college credit. And every sophomore but one, I believe, has gotten a 5. Normally, sophomores take it when they are ready for the challenge. So it has been kind of a straight C sophomores, maybe wait till your junior year. There's nothing wrong with it. Just taking the other AP classes like AP World may prepare you better, or taking AP US as a junior, or ACP US might be better prep before you jump into AP Psych. And part of that is making sure you've had some of those other writing classes in English and some of the biology and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. And then as far as students go, what type of students are you looking for? And even as far as like students looking ahead for their future careers, who would be good to take the AP psychology class?
Well, many colleges require a psychology class, so AP is certainly a good option if you're going to have to take it anyway. You can pass the exam and then get out of a college class and save a bunch of money. But outside of the general requirement, it's obviously good for people who are interested in anything to deal with mental health or physical health. Almost all doctors, nurses, even dentists, dental hygienists, anything where you're going to interact medically is going to require a lot of psych. But also, managers of many companies are psych majors. Human interaction is kind of what the classes are about. So if you have a profession where you might interact with people, especially managing them, then that's a really common major and something that you need the classes in, whether or not it is going to be like all you do in college. And those college classes are going to be way easier if you've taken psych classes in high school. Also, people who maybe aren't headed into college, but might want to get into law enforcement later. A lot of psychology is obviously involved in those professions, and a lot of professional development is going to occur in the psychology realm because whether or not you go to college, you're going to interact with people, and it helps to you might be a manager somewhere, and it helps to have that experience and knowledge of how people think and why they behave the way they do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're gonna interact with people at some point or another in your life.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Doug Baker, thank you for this information on psychology and AP psychology. Students can begin taking these classes their sophomore years.